Hey, how we doing, everybody? I am Mr. Volpe. I'm going to be your 1101 instructor for this term here with GNTC. A little bit about me. I used to teach in person at the Dalton campus at Georgia Northwestern. I moved to Florida with my wife in the summer of 2016, and at that point, I've been teaching online every semester. So here I am in Jacksonville, Florida, facilitating this course for you guys. So I'm happy to be with you. 1101 is all about, we're really focused on one main thing. Of course, we're writing essays, we're writing and we're analyzing writing, okay? Now, really what we want to develop, the core of it is stating a point, making a claim, and supporting it logically. At the most bare bones, okay, if I were to just give you a 2-second explanation of what this course is centered on, that is what it would be, okay? So that is what we want to focus on for this semester. So what we have the first week, we have 3 things that are due. One thing is what is called the no-show assignment. Okay, and this is all going to be found when you guys log into Blackboard. You're going to go into Lessons in the course shell, and you'll see Shell 1, Weeks 1 and 2. When you click that, you'll click on Week 1, and the very top thing will be No-Show Assignment. Basically, we require you all to be active in the course during the first week, and if you're not, that means you are a no-show, or you're not participating, and we just assume that you're not in class, and we assign you as a no-show for that part of the term. So if you want to be considered an active participant in the class, you want to make sure you participate in this assignment here, okay? And what I ask you to do is to read this article that I've provided for you, okay? It is the link there in the explanation, and it's all about cancel culture, this phenomenon that's arguably been with us for a long time. But what this is about people taking offense or having objections to other people's viewpoints, and as a result, trying to silence or curb that other person's freedom of speech. Of course, this is a problem in the United States as we have our First Amendment. So maybe you have opinions on this already. What I would like you to do is read the article by Matt Taibbi. He is a writer with Rolling Stone. You could catch him on podcasts. I think he's in other publications too. And what I want you to do in the no-show is tell me what his thesis statement is. And all a thesis statement is, it's the central idea. Okay, what is he trying to say if you had to put it in very few words, like a sentence? Okay, what is he saying? He might say what he is saying, like the center point of his argument explicitly. He might come out and say it directly, or it might be implied. Okay, he might not come out and say, this is my argument, but it might be a suggested meaning somewhere in there. So tell me what his thesis is, if it's explicitly or implicitly stated, okay? And you need to give me the supporting details, 3 supporting details that he uses in defense of that thesis. And finally, state whether you agree or disagree with his argument, okay? So those 3 things you do for the no-show discussion forum, okay? You give your 3 points there. You also have to contribute by giving a response to another classmate's response, okay? And in fact, you can't participate in the forum unless you've read somebody else's response first, okay? So you have to be engaging with other members of the class to get full credit. That's item 1, the no-show assignment. Item 2 is 2 essays, narrative essays. Our first unit is narrative, telling stories, giving accounts of something, okay? And what I'd like you to read is, in your reader, you'll find the 1101 reader on the left-hand column, okay? You'll see 1101 reader under the handbook. Go to the narrative section, and scroll down to the George Orwell essay, Shooting an Elephant, and then one by this other writer, Bonnie Smith Yackle, entitled My Mother Never Worked. Okay? You read those two essays, and I have a discussion question sheet that is included. Okay? You answer those questions. And then item number 3. These are the exercises that are going to work towards your first essay, and that is going to be your narrative essay. Okay? So the narrative essay, the narrative unit is section or chapter 3, section 1. So chapter 3 in SCC, Successful College Composition, okay, that's our textbook. When you look at the left-hand column, okay, you'll see about the 4th, 5th button down, the textbook, okay. That is what you use to complete SCC assignments, okay. You go to chapter 3, Modes of Discourse, unit 1, narration, okay. All I want is exercises 2 and 3. Okay, you could do exercise 1 on your own, but I just want to look at exercises 2 and 3. And again, this is going to help you guys for your first essay. Your first essay is a narrative essay, okay? And this is going to be due at the end of next week. So you don't have to worry about it now. You might want to start thinking of the answer to your topic right now. And your topic for your narrative essay is a particularly life-changing experience or an especially meaningful life moment, okay? You guys are going to prepare for me a 2-page Times New Roman double-spaced essay on that at the end of next week again. But you might want to start thinking about that particularly life-changing moment, okay? So look at exercise 1 in chapter 3. It asks you in exercise 1, again, which I don't require that you do, but on a scratch sheet of paper, brainstorm, okay? Look at numbers 1 through 10. Those are some big, broad concepts that you could think of to help you kind of get going with your essay. Anything from childhood, maybe your big life moment happened in childhood. Friends, number 7, maybe your big life moment involves you and a friend, okay? So that'll help you get going, okay? And then look at, right under that, you have these transition words, okay? Transitions are really good in between paragraphs, starting one paragraph, connecting what you had just written to that paragraph. Words like later or until or first, second, third, okay? Transition words and phrases interconnect your paragraphs, okay? So I would keep transitions in mind for all of the essays we write in this class, narrative as well, our first essay, okay? Exercise 2 and 3 is what I want for the end of the week, okay? So look at exercise 2. Take your free writing exercise that you did on your own from exercise 1 and start crafting it chronologically, meaning in order of events, okay? This is going to kind of help you tell your story, tell your narrative, okay? And it's asking you to use the transition words from the table above the exercise, okay? So let's say you selected childhood, okay? Maybe it was a big trip you guys took in childhood, you and your family, okay? Well, what's the first thing you did? Maybe you packed up, got ready to go. The second thing you did, maybe that's the car ride or the plane trip. The third thing you did, arriving at Yosemite Park, let's say, and you saw Old Faithful. I don't know if Old Faithful is in Yosemite. Whatever happens in this hypothetical story I'm making up, whatever happened at Yosemite that really stuck with you, okay? Maybe it was a hike or something, or going through a nature trail that just really stuck with you for the rest of your life, okay? Maybe that's the third thing. You really focus on that in your essay, okay? So chronologically plan there. And then 3, on a separate sheet of paper, you add to what you did in paragraph or exercise 2, okay? So what we're doing is we're kind of planning, we're kind of doing a rough draft in a sense of our first essay, which is going to be due next week. Again, topic is an especially life-changing moment. Okay, exercise 1 gives you some starting points. You might consider some big ideas. Okay, then you order what happened using transition words related to those big topics, those big ideas. And then you add to it in exercise 3. There's even a sample narrative essay, personal statement. Okay, you guys can look at that to kind of give you a template to follow. All right, I'd recommend doing that. And there are other narrative essays at the end of the unit as well. Okay, so just to recap, what do we do this week? And this week, I'm counting as today, Wednesday, until next Wednesday, the 13th. It's kind of strange we're starting on a Wednesday. So we'll count week 1. Technically, it ends Sunday, the 10th. But I'll give you guys the full week since there are 3 things to do. I'll give you the full week. This week, Wednesday the 6th, through next week, Wednesday the 13th. All assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. 3 things. Number 1, the no-show assignment. That's the discussion forum. That's when you read the Matt Taibbi cancel culture article. You answer the 3 questions and you contribute by also adding to somebody else's contribution. Okay? You read the George Orwell and Bonnie Smith Yackle essays in our 1101 reader, and I have a couple of discussion questions. Okay? And then number 3, in the textbook, that button on the left-hand side of your screen called SCC, Successful College Composition, you want to go to Chapter 3, Ways to Write, Modes of Discourse, go to Unit 1, Narration, Exercise 1, do on your own, you turn into me Exercises 2 and 3. And keep in mind, that's going to be potentially kind of the rough material that you'll hammer into shape for next week, which is your first essay, the narrative essay. That's basically what we do. We look at these modes of discourse in Chapter 3. We do some work, exercises, sample essays, and then we write our own essay. Okay, we start with narration, then we go to descriptive, argumentative, research. Okay, that's how we're going to proceed. Okay, so in the interest of being brief and not carrying on too much, you'll find in the announcement, week 1, okay, there's an announcement at the beginning of each week, tells you what to do there, and you could find all the work for the week in Shell 1, week 1, in that folder, okay? Welcome to the term, guys. Hope you all are doing well, that you're staying safe and healthy out there. And just let me know. Email me if you ever have any questions or issues. You could find our syllabus, okay, which is probably a good idea to read. In lessons, it's the very top thing. You'll see 1101 course syllabus. Probably a good idea to look over that too. All right. So I'll leave it there, folks. Again, Mr. Volpe here. Happy to be with you guys this term. And I will leave it at that. Welcome aboard. Talk to you next week.